I was unable to pay him child support for a child that I was caring for. I was the one taking care of his daily stuff, on top of having to pay a man child support that he's not staying with. You ain't getting shit.
All right, folks, buckle up because this one is messy. We're looking at a heated courtroom showdown between a mother who flat out refuses to pay child support and a father who, for the most part, is keeping his cool. On paper, this should be simple. The mom lost custody, the state calculated what she owes, and she's on the hook for over $3,000. But instead of just owning it, she's pulling every excuse she can find, claiming she was the one actually caring for the child, saying she didn't have money and interrupting every chance she gets. And let me tell you, the judge has just about had it with her constant interruptions. The father, meanwhile, sits there calm, steady, with his buddies even popping into the Zoom call like backup singers, just quietly nodding along as this mom digs herself deeper and deeper. The tension here is real. You can almost feel it through the screen, her voice shaky, defensive, scrambling, while the dad looks like he already knows how this is going to play out.
Has the mother made any direct payments to you for the support of the children?
No, sir.
Do you have any additional information you'd like to offer to the court as it relates to this case?
No extra information. Well, you know what? She did. My son did run away when he was in the summer of before he turned 18, and then he went to go live with his brother. So that would that's what he did, and so he's lived with his brother for I say about 7, 8 months. I can't remember the exact time. It's been a long time.
It's been a year.
And did you agree during that time frame for the child to live with someone else?
Yeah,
No.
to live with his brother.
No.
Ms. Hagwood, no one's asking you a question right now.
And just to confirm, sir, about how long did the child live with the other sibling?
It's about 7 or 8 months, I believe. I'm kind of off. Like I said, it's been a very long time.
Ma'am, can I get you to state your name for the record?
Sherry Ann Baldwin.
I'm sorry, is your last name also Hagwood?
That's my maiden name, and it's Haygood.
Haygood. Okay, thank you, ma'am. As it relates to the child support judgment, the state has calculated that you owe a total of $2,367.20 as of March 31st, 2024. I'm requesting that you pay that back at $150 per month. Are you in agreement to that amount, ma'am?
No, sir.
Explain to the court why you're not in agreement to the amount that you owe.
Well, I got a phone call.
Here's where things really start to crack. The court lays out the debt, over $2,000 in back child support, plus medical expenses. The judge asks if she agrees to the repayment plan. And what does she say? Nope, not an agreement. And when pressed for a reason, she launches into this rambling story about her son living with his brother, then moving in with her. And somehow that's supposed to cancel out thousands of dollars she legally owes. But here's the kicker. She never filed the paperwork to actually make it official. And folks, that's where this whole thing starts to collapse. You can't just say, well, the kid was with me, so I stopped paying. That's not how court...
February 1st of 2022 from my oldest son, who is, Lewis isn't the father, Dylan Haygood. And he told me that my son Lewis is there. He's been thrown out. And he doesn't know what to do. So I start helping. Lewis comes over here and he's staying with me for a few weeks. He's staying with his brother. And then finally he moves in with me April 1st of 22. And he's been away from his father ever since. Me and his brother's been caring for him, his eyeglasses, his doctor's appointments, getting him to court. I have documentation from the court stating that he was with me and his brother, probation officers that are willing to whatever y'all need them to write up. But I was unable to pay him child support for a child that I was caring for.
And during that time,
That's
thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And during that time frame, when the child started to reside with you, did you petition the court to change the child support to reflect
Yes,
that
sir.
the child was living with you?
Yes, sir. I called y'all immediately and I emailed the court paper that I had stating that he was living with his brother. And then I went and got the lady told me to do this.
Ms. Haygood?
The whatever child support officer I spoke with told me to go file this with the courts, and it's my name is Sherry Ann Baldwin. I am the mother and the child of Luis Mendoza. He has resided with me since April 1st, 2022, and is currently residing in Johnson County, and it's signed and dated.
Again,
And
Ms.
then,
Hager, Ms. Hager,
pardon me.
the question that was asked is, did you petition the court to change the child support amount? Now, did you file a paperwork stating that the child was living with you? My question was, did you petition the court to request that the child support be changed to reflect that the child was residing with you?
Yes, sir, I did.
What's their case number, ma'am?
Well, I called y'all and told you that he was living with me and not the father. She told me to send in the paperwork that I had, so I did. And then she said she had 190 days to contact the father and that y'all would get a hold of me. And then she said that they froze the funds. And so I don't know.
Court orders work. You've got to file, you've got to petition, you've got to make it legal. Otherwise, the debt just keeps piling up. And the judge is sitting there politely but firmly pointing this out while she tries to play the victim. It's almost painful to watch because you know where this is heading. And trust me, it doesn't end pretty. So now the judge asks her point blank, "Did you petition the court to change the child support order?" And her answer? A weak yes, sir. But when pressed for a case number, she suddenly can't remember. Instead, she tries to spin this tale about calling the office, sending an email, and being told they had 190 days to contact the father. Folks, that's not filing. That's stalling. At this point, it feels less like confusion and more like a game. She's hoping the court buys this "I thought I handled it" routine, but the judge isn't falling for it. He calmly explains what any adult in her situation should already know.
All right, and as it relates to the medical support, ma'am, the state has calculated that you owe a total of $849.32 as of March 31st, 2024, and requesting that you pay that back at $50 per month. Are you in agreement to that amount, ma'am?
No, sir.
And could you explain to the court why you're not in agreement to paying that amount?
Because I feel like I was the one caring for his needs. I was the one taking care of his daily stuff on top of having to pay a man child support that he's not staying with. I don't have extra money like that. I can't be taking him to the eye doctor and to appointments and feeding him and clothing him and paying him his father child support.
And just to confirm, ma'am, when you say that you're paying the father child support for a child that's residing with you, when exactly did you pay those amounts to the father?
I have documentation of every child support payment I ever made, and I have documentation of it.
And ma'am, were
And
you able to review the
pardon?
report that was provided on the screen as it relates to
I
the
couldn't
child
really
support payment?
see. I couldn't really see, but
And
I
would you like for me
stopped
to
paying
for that
after April
April of what year, ma'am?
22. I stopped paying, and that's when I went and got the documentation that he was living with me full time.
All right, we have to understand one thing. The Attorney General's office is not the court. You can ask the AG's office to do a lot of stuff. You can ask them questions. You can ask them to file something for you that might help you, but they're not the
No, the Attorney General's office is not the court. If you don't file, it's as if nothing ever happened. And her face says it all. She knows she's been caught. Then comes the bombshell. She owes over $800 in medical support, too. And once again, she says no, she's not paying. Her excuse? She was already caring for the child. Now look, I don't doubt she may have pitched in, but that doesn't erase a legal order. You can't just rewrite the rules because you don't like them. And honestly, by this point, she's less convincing and more exhausting. And just when you think it can't get worse, it does. The judge spells it out. Ma'am, you were responsible for modifying your order. You didn't, which means you owe every dime. It's simple, clear, done. But instead of
If you don't file anything with the court, then it's almost like nothing ever happened because the AG has discretion to do what they like, which means they could file something or they could not file something. They didn't file anything. Separately, what you're supposed to do is file something with the court, and nothing was ever filed with the court. I don't work for the AG's office. The judges in the courthouse don't work for the AG's office. So you can tell me all day long that you talk to the AG's office, but that's not the court's. So I can't modify your order. You were responsible to modify your own order if the AG didn't want to help you, or if you wanted to do it on your own. It's very simple to do, um, and that hasn't happened. So you owe these arrears. It's a very small amount. You owe the full amounts that are owed. You decided not to make payments. So you owe $2,367.20, payable at $150 a month, and medical support arrears of $849.32, payable at $50 a month. If there's money on hold, then they will try to forward that towards those amounts. And then if there's any remaining balance, then those are the monthly payments. All right, y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Judge.
You ain't getting shit. You
Hey,
ain't
good.
getting
You want me to find you in contempt of court? Ms. Haygood, I can fine you $50 for contempt of court for cussing in my court. So please, don't act like a child. We don't need
I
that.
thought I was off. I thought I hit the button. I'm sorry.
Okay, be respectful. All right, y'all can press leave to exit out, please.
Taking the loss with grace, she lets her frustration slip. She mutters under her breath, forgetting she's still on Zoom, that she's not paying, and that's when the judge snaps. He warns her he can fine her for contempt right there in the moment. And honestly, he should have. Because this wasn't just disrespectful, it was childish. A grown woman in front of a judge, acting like a teenager stomping out of detention. The tension in the room is unbearable. And by now it's clear, the dad's going to get his judgment, the mom's going to keep making excuses. And this whole mess just shows exactly why she lost custody in the first place.